Hey guys, in case you haven't followed my previous videos, I cleaned the heavy carbon buildup on intake valves and on piston heads, and I did the oil change right afterwards to ensure that I'm not driving with oil contaminated with carbon cleaner. And also, I wanted to see what, if any, carbon or other materials made it to the oil. This video was actually taken in late December, but I finally found the time to post the video now. Oh, by the way, my oil level was down about a quart prior to the carbon cleaning, so I added a quart of Marble Mystery Oil about 100 miles before I started the carbon cleaning, and afterwards I drove another 100 miles so that I can burn off any loosened carbon that's remaining in the engine before this oil change. Upon checking the oil filter and the oil, other than the oil being more darker than usual at only 5,000 miles since the last oil change, I was glad to not see any carbon chunks or shiny metal flakes. Okay, let's look at what I got here. That's the part number. And this is the filter element, and there's the O-ring gasket. You're gonna need a 14 millimeter, doesn't have to be deep socket, but you're gonna need a 14 millimeter socket to remove the oil pan bolt. And when you remove that, I have a gasket here that I'm gonna use, and I'll put back the oil pan bolt. I have this oil filter wrench. I had bought this for Camry, but I just tried it and it looks like it fits the Lexus as well. And of course you gotta need a 3/8 to go here and there. Get some gloves, and at the end you're gonna have a little bit of oil on the oil pan or around the oil filter. I'll spray some brake part cleaner or some paper towel to clean it. And I have the bucket to catch the oil, and waste oil I'm gonna put it back into original container and recycle them. Normally I use Mobil 1 synthetic oil for Toyotas because I learned that Mobil 1 oil is what is used by Toyota and Lexus. I usually buy the Mobil 1 oil from Walmart because I usually find them to have the cheapest price. But this time they didn't have the 5W30, so I ended up buying this SuperTech Walmart brand oil. This is where you're gonna put the oil in. I'm gonna open it so that the oil can drain faster. And you wanna always check the cap to see if there's any unusual buildup. This one looks pretty clean. And let's go underneath. In the center here, there's a shield, but that broke off. Here's the oil filter. Okay, so for this, look for this notch here. And you got notches on this side as well. So you wanna catch notches on both sides. Like that. Okay, so I think I can get it off. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Let me go drain the oil. Okay. Actually, this wasn't on there tight. So when I loosen the bolt, I'm loosening it at the same time. I'm kind of pushing the bolt in until I feel that it's completely out. Then I'm going to quickly pull myself away because I just drove the car, so it's pretty hot. So I think it's out now. You can see the oil sipping out, and I'm gonna jump away quick. Oh, still got me a little bit. Okay, so I think that's good enough. So I got the oil drain bolt. Gonna put the gasket. Actually, I'm not sure if that's an old gasket that's on there. Yep. This was the old one. It was stuck on there. All right, so I got the new gasket. Torque for the drain bolt is, I'm seeing two numbers. I'm seeing 30 and 33. So I set it to about 31. So I got my torque wrench. Okay, you guys heard? See the, okay. All right, so let's drain out. Let's compare. Looks like same size. Okay, inside there's still kind of a sludge in there. And my brake cleaner. This one still has a lot of liquid, but it doesn't spray anymore. Okay, it's all clean now inside. Next thing we're gonna do is, if you have one of these, pick. If you don't, you can use a screwdriver. Take out the O-ring. Whenever I get new parts, I always want to measure to see if they're same size. The old one has stretched a little bit. Okay, make sure you go around a complete circle and make sure the O-ring has seated properly. I'm gonna apply a little bit of new oil. I'm gonna apply a little bit of new oil to the outside of the O-ring. There's no particular direction that I know of, so just put it in. Okay, now it's ready to go back. Set my torque wrench, so it's set to about 18 pounds. Okay, you guys hear the torque wrench? I just sprayed some brake fluid, brake cleaner fluid on a paper towel. Just want to get everything all cleaned up. So oil capacity is 6.7 quarts. So get a funnel so you don't spill it. This is 5 quart, so all this is going in and then a little bit more. To get 1.7 quarts in, right now it's at 5 quart mark there, 4 quarts there, that's 3 quart. So I need to get down to about 1, 2, 3, this third line here. That will give me about 1.7 quarts. Actually, I'm gonna put in a little bit less, just so that I don't overfill. I think that's close enough. I may be a half quart short, but it's okay. I don't want to overfill because I can always fill easily from the top. I don't want to overfill and then have to go underneath and then drain the oil. Okay, let's close this. We're gonna take the car off the ramp and start it for a couple minutes, and then turn it off, and then measure the oil. Okay, make sure I get the wheel choke out. Okay, this is full. Make sure you dispose the used oil properly. Just to show you, I save up all my used oil and coolant, etc. And then I call the service to come pick that up. After running the engine for a few minutes to circulate the oil and to fill the new oil filter, shut the engine off and wait for a few minutes for the oil to fully drain down to the pan before checking for the oil level. I usually fill the oil half quart less than the max line just to make sure that I don't overfill and I don't have to get under the car to drain some oil out. It's so much easier to top off the oil from the top. I always top off the oil to the high range of the oil marking. Lastly, always be sure to check under the car afterwards to make sure that there's no oil leaking. Our garbage pickup company used to pick up the used oil and other hazardous waste upon request, but they apparently stopped the service recently. So I ended up recycling them at a local auto parts store. Hope this video helped. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.